Canadians love ice cream sandwiches. They remind us of summer break, family road trips, cottage weekends. And no, this is not about calories. Everybody already knows frozen desserts are treats, not health food. That is not the point. The real question is this: why are some of the most recognizable frozen dessert brands in Canada relying so heavily on cheap fillers, high overrun, artificial flavors, and long ingredient lists? And who notices the difference the least? Busy shoppers trying to stretch a grocery budget. Families buying what feels familiar. People assuming that famous brands automatically mean better quality. Some of these products are marketed like premium desserts while being formulated primarily for shelf life, texture engineering, and cost reduction. I went through the ingredient lists, nutrition panels, and labeling practices behind some of the most popular ice cream sandwich products sold in Canada. And I am going to break down 4 of the weakest mainstream options when it comes to ingredient quality and formulation, counting down from the absolute worst of the bunch. But this is not a panic video. There are still frozen treats being made with simpler ingredients, better dairy, and shorter labels that actually resemble traditional ice cream. Stay with me, because after the worst products, I will also show you 2 brands that are genuinely worth your money. Let's get into it. From worst number 4 in South, 1, least worst, to best number 2 and the best number 1. Number 4. Nestlé Parlor, starting at the absolute bottom, the worst. And honestly, this one hurts the most because Nestlé Parlor comes in at one of the highest price points of the mainstream brands on this list. It's got nice packaging. It looks like it belongs in your freezer. But let me tell you what's actually inside. The wafer. Look at this wafer. It's thin, almost translucently thin. And the second any warmth touches it, it goes from cookie to wet cardboard. There's no snap, no chew, no structure. It disintegrates the moment you commit to a bite. Now, legally, this cannot even be called ice cream according to Canadian dairy standards. Because it substitutes real milk fat with cheaper oils like palm and coconut oil, it fails to meet the legal definition of ice cream. If you check the box, Nestlé is forced to label it a frozen dessert. They have also whipped so much air into this mix, a process called high overrun, that it feels incredibly light and hollow. It's bland. There's no richness, no real creaminess. It kind of just vanishes in your mouth, and not in a good way. For what you're paying for a premium brand name, getting a sandwich that is mostly whipped air and a soggy wafer is borderline insulting. Nestlé Parlor thinks the name is doing the work. It's not. Number 3. Selection by Metro, moving up a bit, and I use that term loosely, is Selection, Metro's house brand. The wafer here is slightly thicker than Parlor, but it has this strange artificial cocoa taste that lingers. Like someone described chocolate to a factory and the factory tried its best. The ice cream filling is where it falls apart. It's almost icy. You get little ice crystals when you bite in, which tells you this has probably been through some freeze-thaw cycles, or the mix just wasn't stabilized well. It's not smooth, it's not creamy. And the sandwich aspect of this cookie doesn't feel very substantial. It crumbles. That's a structural failure. You can't eat this in a car, you can't eat this outside. You take this to a kid's birthday party and you're cleaning the driveway. Selection is exactly what the name implies. A selection you should not make. Number 2, no name. And now we need to talk about no name. I wanted to love this. We all want to love no name. It's a Canadian institution. The yellow box, the no-frills attitude, the promise that you're getting the same stuff without the marketing markup. But here's the thing, no-name ice cream sandwiches are actively bad, and I think we've all just been too nostalgic to admit it. The wafer is somehow simultaneously soft and stale, like it was baked correctly and then left in a room to think about its choices. There's a faint sweetness that might be vanilla, or might just be sugar and hope. And the ice cream filling has the same icy, gritty texture as Selection. It doesn't melt so much as it fractures. The ratio is bad, the flavor is forgettable, and the only reason anyone buys these is because they're cheap, which is the same reason people make other bad decisions. I'm sorry, no name. I wanted better for us. Trades on nostalgia and low prices. Does not deliver joy. One, compliments by Sobeys. Now compliments. To be fair, out of the four bad options, this one is the most tolerable. The wafer is definitely the best of the bottom four. It's got a little more body, and the chocolate flavor is more honest. Credit where it's due. But the ice cream filling is, and this is the technical term, skimpy. They have clearly optimized the ratio of wafer to filling in the wrong direction. You're mostly eating cookie with a whisper of cream in the middle. You see that? That's maybe 40% filling. That's not an ice cream sandwich. That's a chocolate wafer with ambitions. For the price, it's not offensive, but it's not satisfying either. Compliments, I have very few, barely acceptable. Gets a participation ribbon for at least having a decent wafer. Let's look at two brands that actually deserve a spot in your freezer. Good options number 2. Great Value by Walmart, the smart budget pick. Great value. Walmart's house brand. And listen, I know. It's a budget house brand, so its ingredient list looks similar to the others we just roasted. But hear me out, because Walmart mastered the execution where the others failed. First thing you notice, the filling. Look at that. That is a generous layer of ice cream. We're talking a proper, thick core of vanillas that goes edge to edge. No skimping, no whispers of dairy. The wafer has real snap to it. Yeah, you can hear it. And it holds its shape for a solid few minutes in your hand before it starts to soften. It tastes like actual cocoa, not a sad chemical approximation. If you compare this to Nestlé Parlor, the formulation and texture are incredibly similar. But Walmart isn't charging you a premium brand name tax for it. You get a better ratio of filling, a sturdier wafer, and it doesn't fall apart. Is it ultra premium, local organic dairy? No. Is it everything a classic, nostalgic ice cream sandwich should be at a price point that makes you feel smart for buying it? Absolutely yes. Great Value earns its name. This is the best value for money ice cream sandwich in Canada. Number 1, Chapman's, the gold standard. And then there is Chapman's. For anyone who doesn't know, Chapman's is a family-owned Canadian ice cream company based in Markdale, Ontario. And they have been making ice cream since 1973. They don't export, they don't franchise. They just make ice cream for Canadians, and they do it better than almost anyone else. Okay, look at the wafer first. It's thicker, it's darker. Real cocoa, you can smell it. It has an almost biscuit-like quality, more structured than a wafer, more flavorful than a cookie. It is doing its job perfectly. The ice cream filling, and this is the moment, this is a full, dense, creamy vanilla ice cream with a real dairy texture that puts the others to shame. You can see the difference. It looks richer. It is richer. That's it. That's what an ice cream sandwich is supposed to taste like. The vanilla is actual vanilla. There's depth to it. The wafer and the ice cream work together perfectly. The ratios are spot on. The texture holds. It melts slowly, smoothly, the way good ice cream should. And here's the kicker. Chapman's is consistently one of the most affordable brands in the freezer aisle. You are getting premium quality for less. They have kept their prices accessible for decades because they believe Canadian families should be able to afford real ice cream. That is a company with values. And you can taste those values in every bite. It's the best ice cream sandwich in Canada, full stop. It belongs on a podium. Next time you are in the freezer aisle, flip the box over before you buy. Look for whether it says ice cream or frozen dairy dessert. Real, high-quality frozen treats are still being made right here in Canada without breaking the bank. And once you start paying attention to the details, the winners become surprisingly easy to spot.